Delusional girl math.
A lot of people see my situation and not think that I'm not high functioning.
What situation?
Okay, so I'm not married. I have beautiful children.
How many?
8.
By how
8.
many women?
3. And this is the kicker. I want more.
By multiple women? What's the intent?
I just want God
or by
to
your
bring
wife?
them. I just want God to bring them.
Oh, okay.
My desire to get married is lower than my fear of divorce. So, as you had said, Dr. Bryant, you said it, I didn't say it, I will agree. I'm just taking my time.
You're not taking your time.
I am, though.
You're being very action-based. You're not taking your time.
I'm taking my time.
You're being very action-based. You have 8 kids with 3 different women.
Yes.
You are creating, procreating, and multiplying. That is not taking your time. You're being very selectively active. Okay? So you're creating, in disclaimer, the kids are innocent, they are beautiful and amazing. Anything I say has nothing to do with them babies. But you are proactively choosing where you want to be active at and where you want to take your time. You want to take your time in having a wife because of your own fears. But you will, and I say this with all respect and love, what I'm about to say next, okay, Cam? But you will selfishly create broken families, even if you're in their life and you're a proactive father, and I believe you're an amazing daddy. I can only imagine with just your presence and knowing you. But these families are still broken. Every child cannot have Papa in the house with them. So some child, if not all, will end up with some kind of deficit without daddy being there. Now, you chose to do that. I'm not saying you sat there and woke up one morning and said, I want to be selfish today, so I'm going to go make a baby. Not saying that at all. But those are selfish acts at the expense of your fear. And yeah, that is a low functioning behavior to say that I'm going to build these houses and put kids and these beautiful women and kids in them, but I ain't going to create a home in them. I'm going to wait till I dissipate my fear to find a wife where I'm still going to be fearful with, because there's no such thing as not having some type of nerve or some type of feeling behind marrying somebody. And then I'm going to build a home with her while all these other beautiful babies have houses. That's completely unfair and that's selfish. And so, yes, you're taking your time in this department, but you're not taking your time in this department, which means you're compartmentalizing. And compartmentalizing never works. Compartmentalizing hurts everybody involved. Everybody who's in this box and that box and this box and that box and this box. And then here you go over here trying to figure out what box you're going to feed or entertain or do. Then you're looking outside to figure out who's your next victim to put in the box. It's unhealthy.
We don't give a fuck! Jesus! We don't give a fuck!
Shoot. Okay. I didn't know it was going to take all of this. Game time. Let me try to figure this out. Let me try to see if I can do this and do that and get the card and do this and love her more and balance all this. Women, we meet you and we're like, our idea and our fairy tale is you are Prince Charming, honey. And then we try to get you to fit Prince Charming. And the more you don't fit it, the more y'all end up in my office going, but he doesn't do this. Well, has he ever did it? No, but I always just thought my husband would. Your husband or this man? So are you getting to know who you with? Or are you making this man fit this fairy tale ideology that doesn't even exist anyways? And so women come and lead with fit this, or you have no value. Men come in and go, all right, I'm here and I'm going to learn how to be the best I can for you. And then women do what? You're taking too long. You're not getting there because you haven't fit the box of the fairy tale. So for me, it's helped me break down what all of my clients know. Y'all know I call it the fairy tale ideology. And I'm not exaggerating, Cam. I want to say 100%, but I'm going to go 99.9% of women who come in my office, I'm having to work on breaking their fairy tale ideology of their husband. And hold on, let me say this. To his defense, they almost always have an amazing husband. But because his amazingness doesn't fit her idea of amazing, guess what? He ain't shit.
Oh, you think it's funny, bitch?
A lot of shit pissed me off. Like, we got Dr. Bryant going in on Cam, they had a beautiful conversation, you know what I'm saying? Especially at the end of their conversation, they really learned each other's ways and actually start getting to know each other a little bit better, instead of all the diversity they were actually going through in the beginning of the conversation. She had her strong opinions about him, having multiple women and having multiple kids by these women and stuff like that. And it all made sense at the end, you know. When people have their shit together and don't desire marriage but want kids, maybe it's not always best to have it with just one woman that can sit there and destroy your life if she chooses to, or decide to not have any more kids by you, or whatever the case might be mad at you and say, oh, well, I'm not going to have any more kids. Then if a man desires to have more kids, then who is he going to have the kids by if the woman stops? What if the woman becomes of age and has menopause or something and she can't have any more kids, but the man desires to have more kids? Is he wrong for finding a woman that can carry the kids for him? I mean, everybody's acceptable with surrogates and stuff like that, and two lesbian women having a kid, and or getting a man to have a kid with a woman that's not even going to be raising the kid. They got y'all all accepting of all these things, but you're not accepting of Cam Newton having multiple women and to have kids with. Obviously, he's selecting the best type of women that he wants. You know, maybe it's her intellect or something. Maybe it's her, her beauty or whatever. You never know what it could be. But he's actually selecting these women to have kids with and then having kids with them. I think that's kind of like the best way to do it, right? If you're going to have kids with somebody, select the person you want to have kids with and have kids with them. What the hell is the big deal about a man just choosing a woman that he likes and having kids with? They're not getting married. They're not developing a relationship. They're not we're just raising kids. Can I just be possible that we're just raising kids? Or do I have to really get to know you? Is it possible I figured out you have a decent character and that you could really raise the kids properly, and I choose to have kids with you? Is it not what all the people are doing in the world today? Or is it they're trying to get married and make sure they have a 40-year relationship and they can't cheat on each other and they got to hold each other at night, and or or is people just having kids with what they want to have kids with? Like, I don't understand her plight or her disagreement with him having multiple kids, just like with Nick Cannon. How is she feeling like these men shouldn't have kids with women they select to have kids with? Sit there and monetarily take care of them, physically take care of them, even if they're there for, people in the military, right? They don't get to see their kids all the time because they're always shipped out and abroad, right? People that are merchant seamen, they go out on ships for months on end and don't get to see their kids. Truckers don't get to see their kids. Now athletes don't get to see their kids. It's the same shit. You're not going to be able to see your kid 24 hours a day, every fucking day, if you're any of these classes of a career. You're not. So why the hell do I keep hearing this same old discussion like he's ruining families because he's having multiple kids by multiple different women and not being able to see him every damn day? I just told you a whole list of fucking careers that you're not going to be able to see your kid every day. It is what it is, though, man. Silence acceptance, and we ain't having it. Like, comment, subscribe.